Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online BGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just jumping back into things, of course, still using the team that Brendan featured on the 100th episode of Road to Ranked. I kind of feel like I've been repeating myself at this point, but really, first of all, I'm doing my best to get back on track with daily uploads. I'm actually on a short trip right now, but I'll be back on Tuesday, and afterwards, I should have a more dedicated schedule in terms of both YouTube and Twitch streaming, but in the meanwhile, since I've been back, I've been just trying my best to get daily uploads up. So thank you guys for watching the content, as always, and for supporting the channel, and for being patient. I think I mentioned this already, but if you haven't seen the Snorlax QR code and the pastement, definitely check it out. That's linked in the description below, as we're going to find Uri from Mexico with a rating of 1503 to kick off this episode. So yeah, fun stuff there, and that's a really cool team, running a team of Scizor, Marowak, the Salamence, Ninetales, Jolteon, and the Hypno. I don't think I've ever seen Hypno in this format, so that's cool. Jolteon is definitely scary. Never thought I'd say that. I think I'll just go Feeny, Politoed, Rain mode, because Rain's really good here, and Porygon Machamp in the back. I like that. Metagross is not that great against Scizor and Marowak. Guess I could self-swagger myself, then I could miss. And Salamence is not the best against an opposing Salamence and a Ninetales. So yeah, in general, my opponent's team has a lot of unique picks. I mean, Scizor, Jolteon, Hypno. And we are still on like slightly lower ladder right now, so you do run into some more eccentric stuff sometimes in the 1500s and 1600s, but you never want to underestimate your opponent. And Scizor is a Pokemon that Nails actually used over at Toronto Regionals. He was one game away from making top 8. He was running a really cool Choice Band Scizor set with Self-Swagger Tapu Fini. Obviously, I'm not going to expect that from my opponent here since there's no Fini, but Scizor being one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and especially in VGC, definitely really cool. So, yeah, we're going to get into this first game of today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like on the video. Sometimes I always forget if I say that or not. Sorry, guys. I just I blank out. My short-term memory just fizzles out here and there. Jolteon Hypno, okay. Pretty sure Jolteon still outspeeds me, but I don't think he can knock me out. And if anything, I can just sweep with Trick Room here. I honestly have no idea what to expect from this combination. I think I'm just gonna go on the offense here. And Muddy Water, and I guess Hypno is actually a bigger threat to my Machamp and potentially Porygon. So I'll target that down with the Skull. Thunderbolt could just knock me out. I'm Scarfini, but Jolteon's base speed is really fast, so I'm pretty sure it actually outspeeds me, which is pretty bad. Scarfini's like a cute gimmick, but it doesn't outspeed a lot of like the faster Pokemon like Coco. I would say, I guess, like Jolteon too, because it's not. I mean, it's not something you really see here and there. But all right, let's see. Hypno looks so scary, especially with that pendulum. Switches out. Ninetales? Okay. Good play. I feel like if I just set up Porygon, though, I can just Swagger Rock Slide everything. Yep, and it is faster. I do survive that, though. Okay, Muddy Water. Don't think I'm going to be able to pick up a knockout on either of these, unfortunately. Yeah. No accuracy drop either. I'll take that, though. It's not a bad turn, per se. The other interesting thing is, Jolteon has to Thunderbolt Fini, but my opponent might not expect the Choice Scarf. So I might choose to Thunderbolt Politoed instead. I'm just going to Muddy Water Protect here to get the free switch into my Porygon, set up Trick Room, and then sweep from there. Even if Ninetales Aurora Veils, I don't think that really helps out too much since my opponent's team is relatively frail. Cool to see Jolteon, though. That's like not something that's ever really had relevance in VGC. Yeah. So the Scarf going to be able to catch my opponent off guard here, actually putting in some work. So that's a big Muddy Water here. Knocks out Ninetales and decreases Jolteon's accuracy, so Like, my opponent definitely was like, oh, I can just Thunderbolt safely and Blizzard safely, and that's just, like, free damage everywhere, but that Choice Scarf actually coming in huge. I will feint from another turn of Hail either way. I might switch Politoed out here into Porygon, because Jolteon, I believe, is 2 ticks of Hail away from fainting. But, let's see. Gonna be Hypno coming back in, yep. Can't put things to sleep because of the Misty Terrain, which is good. Actually, I'm in a position where I don't even need to switch. Maybe I should still switch to be safe, though, yeah. I also want to get the Rain up. No need to take excessive damage with Politoed right now. Because Politoed's actually a pretty good offensive tool. Like, this Politoed's more offensive than, like, the typical Politoeds that you've seen in VGC, at least this year. Like, it's really meant to hit offensively. So Porygon comes in. Download. Attack. Thunderbolt. Into the Porygon, okay. That's why I switched it out. Nice. So that's going to be a knockout there until the Jolteon. Hypno's going to take around 40% or so. Actually, a lot less, actually. 25%. But I do get an accuracy drop, which is quite fortunate. And... oh! Huh. I was not... and first of all, I didn't even... I mean, I should have assumed Hypno got Trick Room, but definitely didn't anticipate that. That's kind of cool. I'm okay with that. So I get knocked out here, but that's a free switching into Toad now. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Marowak as my opponent's last Pokemon, given that Hypno did try to set up Trick Room. Which I'm okay with as well. Yep. I don't think Marowak can one-shot my Politoed. Might be a problem if it can. Alternatively, I can just protect and reverse Trick Room. Nah. I think I'll just Scald and try attack. Actually, no. Hypno could outspeed me, so we could see a double up into Toad. I should have protected Toad and just attacked with Porygon. Okay, that's fine. So I'm faster with Porygon against Hypno, which is good to know. Actually, Politoed's faster, too. Psyshock. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't even know if an attack knocks me out here, but I should play it a little bit safer and protect and try attack Hypno. Because if I knock out the Hypno, I just win. And Hypno actually threatens my Machamp at the back. Who would have thought I'd be saying that? Oh, actually, now that I think about it, is my opponent's team a Gen 1 team? No, there was Scizor and Salamence. But the Pokemon my opponent did bring out were Gen 1. Hypno, Marowak, Jolteon. I mean, the team's actually putting in work. Like, I'm not in a position where I've won the game yet. Why does Marowak go for the double? You outspeed me. That might just be my opponent not knowing speed tiers or running out of time or misclicking, but I think Marowak definitely should attack there. Oh, that's interesting. Why not just go for that last turn then, though, you know? I think I can just Scald and try attack again, yeah. Maybe I should have switched Toad out, actually. Yeah, Toad is better offensively than Machamp is here. And I might feint to a Marowak attack, so that was not a good play on my end. Because Politoed's my win condition in this game. Disable Trick Room, Psyshock, Hypno, though. Why forfeit? I don't think that was like a game my opponent had lost, necessarily, especially if Marowak, because my Politoed's like a little bit more frail. I don't know. I'm a firm believer that you should never forfeit unless you're 100% sure you've lost and you want to not conserve information, or you want to conserve information and not reveal anything to your opponent. But in a game like that, it was still like anyone's game. Like, I think I was in the upper hand and I like felt comfortable about my position, but I think my opponent definitely could have pulled it off. Like, if you're in a position ever where even if you win like from the smallest RNG or smallest of margins, you should not give up. And especially if you don't know full information about your opponent's team, you know? But, yeah, maybe my opponent knew something I didn't know. Maybe my opponent had fast Marowak and knew, okay, Politoed's slower, so it's going to outspeed me. But, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a game my opponent should have forfeited necessarily. I actually don't know how Politoed compares to Marowak speed-wise. I assume Marowak would outspeed me since it was a Trick Room team, but I'm not sure. Next opponent of the day is going to be a 1527 rated opponent from Japan. Ugh. Glalie is in this format? Togedemaru, Alolan Persian, Politoed, Chansey. That's the one thing I'm really at. Muck and Glalie. That's a really interesting team. So Machamp just wins this, but only if I get Trick Room up. Even if I don't, though, I mean, Machamp's still pretty good offensively. I think Salamence. Oh, Feeney's actually good offensively. Yeah, Salamence, Feeney, Porygon, Machamp. Not much reason for Politoed, other than Muck. Well, that's actually a tempting reason to bring it. Metagross, could make a case for against Chansey and Swagger, but there's Foul Play. Huh, I really don't know what to expect from this team. I'm kind of scared, but we'll see. There's a lot. I literally didn't know Glalie was in this format, so I learned that today. Double Fake Out with Togedemaru and Alolan Persian. Rain with Politoed. I don't really know the cohesive strategy behind my opponent's team, so I'm really interested about that. Like, Chansey typically likes to go for Minimize, but that's where having no guard. Like, Machamp is like as hard of a counter to Chansey as you can get. And we see a pretty passive lead here from my opponent with Togedemaru and Persian, which I'm more than okay with. There's a double fake out option, of course. I do reveal that I'm Scarfed, or my opponent could just think I'm super slow. And it's weird, like, why would you bring Salamence next out to Tapu Fini? Like, Draco Meteor does nothing. Well, I brought here... Yeah, Togedemaru's Air Balloon too, that's good to confirm. I brought the Ments here for the Fire type attacks. I'm just gonna Fire Blast and Moonblast. Lots of blasts. Could see a double fake out, could see a parting shot, suppose. But if my opponent double fake outs here, like, what do you do next turn? Foul Play doesn't do anything here. Persian just doesn't do anything other than fake out and parting shot. Togedemaru can Zings at me, but the Intimidate actually helps against that. Yeah, so we do see fake out from Persian, okay. Defini. Why is Togedemaru slower than Salamence? Shrugs. Isn't Togedemaru faster? I thought it was. I am 100. Maybe I'm... Oh, maybe... I think I might be misremembering Togedemaru's speed stat, actually. As, Muck comes in. Okay, that's fine. Poison Jab won't knock me out. Z-move probably does absolutely nothing here. I guess I'll conserve it. Yeah. Switching to Porygon. Moonblast the Persian. I think I misremember Togedemaru's speed. I mean, I'll take that, yeah. I'm just surprised my opponent didn't expect the Fire type attack at all. Oh, it's still faster than me. Forgot about the whole sky. Yeah, sorry. Togedemaru is base 96. I totally forgot. That was a good parting shot. Chansey? Okay, I mean, like, Machamp just wins this game once I Trick Room and Swagger up. So I don't really care about that. That was the saddest Moonblast I've ever seen. Okay, it's fine. And I'm just gonna Trick Room now. Moonblast. Muck. Yeah, I just need to free switch it into Machamp and I win. If my opponent's smart, he or she will actually double up in a Porygon and not knock me out. Nope, never mind. It's gonna give me the free switch in. That's the first time I've seen Seismic Toss's animation this year, though. That's cool. Yeah, okay. I don't understand what this team does. Cool. So I get Trick Room up now. And I bring in the Champ. Like, normally when you see Chansey, you assume strategies where it Toxic Stalls, which is why Fini counters. Like, Fini plus Machamp actually just demolish Chansey here. So I'll self-swagger. I'm more worried about Muck. Yeah, today has been a weird episode with the teams. Like, I think it's cool. It's definitely innovative. But with Chansey, normally you go for minimize strategies, and there's obviously no minimize component here. Or, it's not going for it. You can't really minimize against Machamp and no guard. Yeah, we don't even see Protect, so I'll get the +2, and Dynamic Punch will knock out Muck. So many Gen 1 Pokemon here, though. Obviously, the Alolan versions, but that's cool. Goodbye, Muck. Yeah, I mean, turn 1, it got the knockout out of Togedemaru. I don't know what Togedemaru and Persian, Alolan Persian, like, offer as a lead, honestly. Chansey comes in, sure, you can fake out, I guess. Yeah, I don't even see a reason to protect. Like, I mean, you can fake out Seismic Toss, but then what after? You still need 3 Seismic tosses to knock me out. I guess I could have protected. It's not like it's Prankster Encore or anything like that. That Tri-Attack even does a lot. Yeah, I mean, sure. I guess Foul Play could knock me out. So I'll probably Dynamic Punch Persian. And I'll Swagger Chansey, because why not? And even with Fur Coat, I'm pretty sure Dynamic Punch knocks out Persian. We're gonna have time for a 3rd game today, which is exciting. Rip. Yeah, so I'm talking down Persian because obviously this Chansey only knows Seismic Toss as an offensive attack. That's typically it. Maybe you'll have Toxic. And yeah, you can Soft Boiled, but what is that going to do against a Machamp, right? Healing back all like 10 damage that it took from that Moonblast. The saddest Moonblast ever, earlier. And now I can just Tri-Attack and Dynamic Punch. Yeah, I really don't know what my opponent's strategy was in this game. Yeah, my opponent just forfeits. Okay, that does mean we have time for a 3rd game, which is exciting. It's been a while since we've had 3 games on Road to Ranked. Both games today, like, my opponents had really cool teams. I just, like, wasn't sure whether there was cohesive strategies behind there or not. I really don't understand the Togedemaru Persian double lead there, because though typically you use both of those as a fake-out user. Like, those are 2 of the best fake-out users in this format. You use one or the other to support your team, but if you lead both, there's just, like, no offense whatsoever, other than foul play damage from Persian. But that's why you can lead special attackers like Mence and Feeny and just, like, avoid foul play damage at all. But let's see what we get for our 3rd game. Gonna be Gabu from Panama with a rating of 1695, so definitely one of the higher ratings. Running a really cool team, double weather with Gigalith and Ninetales, a Mimikyu, Arcanine, Tapu Koko, and the Stoutland. Don't like this too much. Like, I don't like my matchup. Especially because Koko is a major problem in general. I think Metagross is actually very good here. Yes. I want to go the Trick Room route. That might be the way to play this. I'm just afraid of Stoutland. I think I'm actually going to go Salmons to get that Intimidate off, because that covers my options. Machamp's so good here, but I'm not sure I can really bring it. Maybe I don't go Machamp. I think Porygon's still necessary. Yeah, I can sweep with Porygon Politoed. Okay. I locked in pretty quickly, but that might have been reckless, because a lot of my opponent's Pokemon make sense in this matchup. Or sorry, a lot of my Pokemon make sense in this matchup. Like, you definitely could bring Machamp, because Machamp sweeps under Trick Room and knocks everything out. But I'm not sure if I can set up Trick Room, whereas Politoed is a little bit more versatile, and even without Trick Room, I outspeed the Gigalith and knock it out. Arcanine can't do too much to me, other than with the Volt Tackle, or sorry, the Electric type attack, Wild Charge. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. It's a cool team for sure. Double Weather is interesting. It's very rare to see Gigalith and Ninetales on the same team, because they just, like, counter each other, because Gigalith has Sand, breaks Ninetales' Sash, Ninetales wants Hail for Aurora Veil. But let's see what Gabu's packing. So I'll bring Metagross and Mence, taking me back to 2012. Arcanine Koko. I don't like this one bit. This is where Rain would have been so nice. I do get the Intimidate off, though, against... this is where if it's like, oh, if it was banned Metagross, that would just be nasty. I don't even think the Z move knocks out the Arcanine. Maybe I can just attack here, though, to be honest. I want to play recklessly here, and I don't know why. No, I don't think there's Stoutland in the back. I don't think I can get knocked out with both Pokemon, too. So I think I will just Meteor Mash Koko and Z-move Arcanine. This could go really poorly. I should have played safer. Okay, that's a good start. That's definitely Specs Koko. So one, good to confirm that. I don't know if Devastating Drake knocks out Arcanine. Yeah, I should have protected. Well, the safe play I would have made was protecting Metagross and switching out into Porygon, so it actually wouldn't have worked out too well since it is Specs Koko. So maybe the better play would have been to protect Metagross and just Devastating Drake. I don't know. I'm probably losing Metagross here though, which is quite sad. But I think it really depends on who comes in. But Politoed plus and it's Mimikyu, okay. So Politoed plus Porygon can sweep through my opponent's team. Potentially. Yeah, if I led Rain, that would have been nice. Actually, no, but if I led Rain, then you can just Thunderbolt knock out my Feeny. So that doesn't really bode too well for me. Salamence's Devastating Drake is like one of the saddest Z moves. I don't think this knocks out. Yeah, oh, he comes so close though. Wild Charge. Interesting. Okay. Actually faints from recoil, that's funny. So we traded 1 for 1 there, but I don't like my position because now Koko can just come back in. And Mimikyu could reverse my Trick Room. Yeah. I anticipated too much about the Stoutland Gigalith lead, which is why I led Mance Metagross, and that walked right into kind of what my opponent had. If I could have just knocked out the Arcanine with Devastating Drake too, that would have been very nice for me. Given that I didn't have the berry. Oh, Gigalith comes in. Okay. Suppose that is a concern still. Could swagger myself or my opponent. I think I'm gonna Trick Room, anticipating my opponent to Trick Room. And Flamethrower Mimikyu to knock the sub. The idea here is, okay, Gigalith, I don't want to switch into Politoed because Politoed's my win condition, because Salamence doesn't touch Gigalith. So hoping Gigalith Z moves me, or just Stone Edges. Ah, I set up Trick Room for my opponent in the end though. That's bad. Huh. I wonder if this is going into the Salamence slot. Because if I were my opponent, I would have tried to heavily punish a Salamence switch out. But this could just go for Porygon for damage. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Good play. That's sad. I went for the Trick Room expecting my opponent to set up Trick Room. And I did not call it correctly. I don't think Scald one-shots Mimikyu either, and I feel like Rock Slide actually doesn't knock my Porygon out. Yeah, I mean, that was like a 50-50, like, is Mimikyu gonna Trick Room or not, right? If it doesn't Trick Room, it's actually probably for, yeah, it makes more sense not to Trick Room, because that covers my options too, because Play Rough probably still knocks out Porygon in the range that it's in. So let's see. But if it misses on the Porygon, that'd be huge. I'm gonna recover, and I'll just Scald. I'll Scald a Mimikyu here, because I want Trick Room to be up, given the Koko in the back. If only I had Iron Ball Politoed right now. Yeah, so the play I made looks kind of silly. I was just expecting Mimikyu to set up Trick Room, and so I could reverse it. Okay, so it does connect with Stone Edge, which is unfortunate for me. Basically need to miss. I mean, 20% odds, that's not the worst. Politoed gonna get a full-powered single target Scald. Almost knocks it out. Mimikyu actually reverses Trick Room, but that makes a ton of sense because of the Koko in the back. So if I had gone for a Play Rough, I think I'm actually still in this. A Burn would have been nice too. But now with Koko in the back, I know I just lose. So, not even I guess I could have... No, I think Specs T-Bolt, even without electric terrain, still just one-shots Politoed. Yeah, so Mimikyu play roughs, it's fine. Even that does a lot of damage. That was well played by my opponent. I walked into a bad lead matchup. I didn't really have too many ways to get out of it, and there's a reason why my opponent like aggressively targeted down Metagross, because Metagross is really good against Gigalith and Mimikyu, and so I lost it way too quickly. So I needed to conserve Metagross better in this matchup, and I didn't. And my opponent did a very good job assessing that Metagross was the main threat. Yeah, I mean, I lose here either way, even if I stall out terrain, play rough, then Thunderbolt just knock me out. Going for a Volt Switch, though. Okay. But that's going to knock out Toad, and that will be GG for my opponent. So, pretty fast-paced episode for you guys. You get 3 games in, like, under 27 minutes. But, yeah, the first 2 kind of, like, one-sided. I mean, that first one, I'm still not sure why my opponent surrendered. I think I would have won anyway, but probably should have played it out. Second one, just an interesting team. And this one, very well played by my opponent. I led out of fear. Like, I think that's one thing I do, or a lot of players do in VGC, where it's like, oh, you see something you're unfamiliar with, and you get super scared of it, so you're like, oh, let me, like, figure out a lead to go against, like, this unfamiliar combination. So I was expecting, oh, Gigalith and Stoutland are going to come out, but then Stoutland didn't come out. It's actually really cool to see that, like, there was, like, the fast sand combination with Stoutland and Gigalith, and then the slow combination with Mimikyu and or Gigalith as well. So that's pretty neat to see. But very well played by my opponent, and a really cool team there. I just led poorly, and should have conserved Metagross a little bit better. But, yep, that's going to be it for this one. Coco is definitely an issue with this team, so if I were to edit it, maybe I would consider adding something to threaten Coco a little bit more. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like if you did. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.